Hola amigos, this is Level 12, and today we are doing kind of a serious video, and that is on content creators and idolization by their generally younger fans. I don't tend to see this in people over like 18 or 20 or something like that. So, pretty much all this week and all of last week, a bunch of really popular or famous YouTube and just general influencers, God, I hate that term, and content creators, things have come out about them of not being really great people. Recently was the Game Grumps, which that's still boiling over. We still don't know the full story. Kind of a hot pile of garbage, honestly. But in any event, I have been wanting to make this video for a while, and I was going to make it last summer, but I lost my nerve, even though the same situation was happening. It was with, I'm pretty sure it was entirely different situation, but in any event, it's the same situation, and I feel like a lot of younger fans, when they idolize their content creators, they can lose sight of what is appropriate between their content creators and whatnot. And for people who hadn't realized this or didn't know this or weren't the victim and were just the fan and it came out, like, it can be shocking. Like, even I've been bamboozled. So this is Einstein and CL Star. So if you don't know about these two people, they were both accused. CL Star was actually convicted of doing not good things with and to his fans. Einstein was just accused, and he subsequently went off the internet. And the rug, it felt like, even though I wasn't super, like, into these creators, I had watched their videos and enjoyed their content, and CL Star is he's what made me want to do ASMR and voice acting stuff, and it felt really weird to know that someone I had liked enough to semi-follow in their footsteps was a bad person, and it can feel bamboozling, and it can feel very weird because you've put so much trust and so much stock into this person, and it's then when I realized that you can't do that. So, I feel like I give a lot, personally wise, more than I probably should and more than I would recommend for anyone, but you all know a pretty good bit about me. You know I have dyslexia, you know I go to a boarding high school, and you know I can get sad pretty easily. It's called anxiety. But y'all don't know, like, me personally. You don't know me as well as my friends do. You don't know how I do in school. You don't know certain things about me, and that's how I want to keep it. And that's the thing with these weird, as I've heard them called, parasocial relationships between content creators and their fans. Y'all don't know the creator. You know the persona they put online, and some people put on a stronger persona than others, such as Filthy Frank, like the Pink Man, all of that jazz. That's a huge persona. For other content creators and recent YouTube times, it's becoming more and more popular to be as real as possible. However, you still put on a persona. We talked about this in my Shakespeare class, that you are always acting. You are always acting in a role. And this is very philosophical. But even when you are with your closest friends, you are putting on a role for them. And the only time you are truly yourself is when you are alone. And granted, right now, I'm alone in my room recording this video. So technically, there's no barrier for me to put up. But because I know this is going out to people, my brain subsequently puts up a barrier, and I change little things about myself. Nothing super specific, let me be very clear about that. I'm not a completely different person than my YouTube to my daily life. Like, I'm still a nice and polite person. I use a lot more slang. I'm a lot more relaxed than I am, say, with, like, if I'm in class, but I'm not so super relaxed. I'll just pour all my deepest, darkest secrets out here. I still keep up a barrier to protect myself, and that's just how our brains work. No one wants all of their barriers down. That's a very vulnerable position. But that's to say, you don't know me from a hole in the ground. You might know me better than some holes, but you don't know me better than most holes. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing, because I know a lot of my fans are younger than me, which is very strange. I'm only 18, I'm not 30. Even though some people do think I'm 30. I am not 30. I'm 18, and I know some of my fans are younger than me in like middle school and early high school, and they'll slide into my DMs and be like, hey, can we be friends? And I tell those people no, not rudely, but I'm just like, hey, this is a little weird, so no. And I'm very polite about it. And that's the thing. Us as content creators have to keep y'all at a certain length, or it gets weird. Because there's this weird power dynamic going on that you idolize us or put us on a pedestal or do something that's above a regular friendship, and I just don't feel right crossing that boundary, and it's very weird. And most content creators should feel weird with that boundary being crossed, right? And so if you encounter a content creator, unless you are also a content creator on the same like level as them, like you both have around the same number of whatevers, then it's a little weird if they reach out to you and ask to be your friend, or you reach out to them and ask to be their friend, and they're real comfortable with it. You know what I mean? And it's not to do this fear-mongering, scary thing that, like, my parents do, that they tell me if I go to Chicago, I'll be killed within 12 hours. No, it's not like that, but it's good to keep up these healthy barriers and to have good things in your good, like, protection in your head, knowing what's appropriate and what's not. And if you're a younger fan, that's just, and listen, it's real easy if you're in middle school and you don't have a lot of IRL friends and you're just the awkward kid, it's real easy to fall into the trap of idolizing a certain content creator and then things going too far with that content creator. That hasn't happened to me, but it's happened to a number of people, and it's a little sickening. So just be wary, and don't put anyone on a pedestal, because it can also hurt to have them put on a pedestal and then have the rug ripped from under you when you realize they're not a good person. Because what will happen then is you're either going to be untrusting of everyone, which might be a better mindset than the second way, which is going to idolize another content creator because they haven't done something bad yet. And that's what a lot of people are saying right now, is that do not put content creators on pedestals, because you don't know what they do in their private lives. Even if they vlog, or they say they show you a lot of their private life, there are things still kept private, okay? And this is just my warning to all my young fans out there. Idolize no one. I think there's a quote from the Gorillaz that's like, make no false gods, or something like that, which is a little deep for the Gorillaz, but go off, I guess. But the sentiment is true. Make no false gods. Just don't do that. Okay, that's it for this video. Just wanted to get it off my chest because I do care for my younger fans out there that, you know, are going through the weird middle school phase where a lot of this is real relevant to y'all in the fandom community and all of that jazz. So really hope y'all are having a good day. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe for more random fandom things. Ciao, chicas.